All right, welcome to another episode from the chart reader. So I just had some technical difficulties, but I'm going to try to do this one hopefully with no issues. So I am substituting fun for holo since I did just cover that one. I want to finish off my LAES thoughts, and then we're going to cover FGen on this one as well. All right, so with holo, look, first and foremost, if you made money here, oh man, good for you. All right, for real. I am not gonna hate. I am take the money, do something good for yourself and your loved ones. All right, like this is crazy to say the least. All right, my goal for this video is actually to kind of give you my perspective from a couple years ago, like literally maybe 2 years ago. This is relatively fresh. All right, like my honest problem is I used to see these and get extra greedy. All of a sudden, these like 15%, 20% movers that are amazing single days look like absolutely garbage compared to this 1000% day, let alone it's pushing 22 right now. It wasn't that long ago that it was at like 1700% around 27, 27, 28. I don't remember what that number was, but craziness. All right, this right here could be a strategy destroyer, and that is going to be the echoing theme as I cover this. Look, I will give you my opinions of where this thing's going to go tomorrow. Don't get me wrong. A lot of it's going to be a real guess. Like I'll be honest, like this is now living in this silly world, right, where it's kind of hard to figure out what silliness is going to come, right? But I will give you both sides of the coin. But one more time, my goal is for you to not look at this and all of a sudden be unsatisfied with an 8% gain on a stock. Dude, get out of here. 8%'s a lot on your bank will not give you that much in a full year, right? Like just remember the perspective, all right? From there, look again, FGen, I really think it wants to follow what LAES did, excuse me. Both of those two stocks went up well. Both of those stocks went down just as badly, right? What goes up comes down. But hopefully, if it's good enough, it'll get caught and keep going back up. And that's what happened with LAES, and that's what I'm hunting with FGen, all right? So before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are going to set up in the short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I will probably draw some horizontal support and resistance lines, and then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can just click that share button. It does wonders. But for real, just being here, giving me your time, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for you, all right? So, holo. I really want to start with this. I'm probably going to end with this, and I'm sure I'm going to say it a bunch more times, all right? First and foremost, you should be happy for anyone that made any money on this thing, all right? Like, them making money, unless you were shorting this thing, right? Like, them making money doesn't take anything out of your account, right? So, I did not touch this stock. I did not make a penny on this thing. Also didn't lose a penny, so I'm happy with it, right? But I'm also not hating the fact that some people, looks like 188 million shares worth of people, made some silly money. You know, like to me, I think that alone was a real big thing that changed it for me because what I used to do, I'm telling you, this is very real firsthand, and it really wasn't that long ago. It changes quickly. I promise you that much. But yeah, it lingers until you cut it off. But I used to hate. I used to hate on the fact that people are making 1100%. They're actually making 1432 if they haven't sold yet as this thing goes up after hours, right? Like I used to I used to get disappointed that I was only making 8% or 6% or 13%. Like any number next to this number looks like a pathetic little nothing. A 92% day looks like a pathetic nothing next to this 1092 day, right? So it's really important to not like don't break your strategy. The second important thing is, dudette, my girls out there, you know I love you too, all right? Listen, don't start hunting. Don't start chasing the dragon. I don't want to say hunting. I want to say chasing the dragon. All right. There's a South Park episode of chasing the dragon. I can't do that. So it's I think it's a heroin term is what it is. All right. But like, yeah, once you catch a dragon, dude, you don't want to go after butterflies anymore. You want dragons. Like it's like fishing, right? You want that big 3 hour thing, right? Like I'm not athletic. I don't want to talk about fishing. But again, don't chase the dragon. Don't go hunting 1,000% days. Don't mess up your strategy. All right. I think that was a good like ramble on that. What happened today? So let's talk about a couple things. Number one, I actually legitimately don't know why this thing gapped up. I really have no idea why this thing opened at 376. I didn't even when I tell you I didn't come in, dude, the Discord, there were people talking about the Discord. I the whole day. I did my best to stay away from it. I thought again it was the safest thing for me to do as the crackhead, greedy, cocky gambler that I am, dude. I do my best to sound like a nice, friendly guy on these videos. I'm a cocky bastard. I am, and believe me, I know what something like this would do to my really messed up gambler mind. It is what it is. And I'm exaggerating. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, I'm not putting my mortgage down on any of this, but like there is a part of me that I know I need to control. Okay. And I don't know why it went up, but from there, look, this is moving average strategy. You break the 50, you go to the 100. You break the 100, you go to the 200. From there, I mean, look, red is a decent reason why, at least technically speaking, it came to here. It was basically the bottom of this one little horizontal from beginning of December all the way to Christmas, right? So, like, yeah, I would have probably drawn my line 433 if I was looking at this one before, all right? From there, you can see it once we get over that little 433, or just again, even just this, once you get over the 50, right? All you got is one little horizontal before red makes it a real nice green. And lo and behold, that's where I would have drawn my next line, right? But even that, before we get to that, we're now right here on the 100. And again, we're on this bigger horizontal, right? Once this big horizontal broke, once we got over the 100, the only place left, I mean, I guess you can say maybe here too, but dude, these are insignificant nothings in a hard red, right? Like, it makes sense to me that we're freezing here after hours, right? I'm just going to click in a random, like, this is a hard line. And you can see we've been going above and below that 23 line pretty much all of after. I don't care much about after hours, but that 23 line makes a lot of sense to me. We're hitting it a couple times, a bunch of times right here between May and July, a bunch of times actually before that May, from March to end of April. And then we pretty much lived down here from September to January 22, right? September to December 22, right? So, I mean, this is a big line, all right? The next line up is going to be this one. Dude, that's the crazy line. If this thing gets over 32.43, oh my goodness, all right? Oh my goodness. I'm not going to draw the line, all right? But like, clearly, just if you have $100 dreams on an $18 stock, you might get burned, all right? Like, I would immediately set these two as the next targets, 23.40 and 32.40. Now, you might be saying, hey, this thing's already above that line. Like, why do you care about this one? Look, to me, after hours don't matter. All right. To me, after hours don't matter. I know it sounds crazy silly saying it, as this thing has now surpassed that 1,700%. I said I remembered from not that long ago, right? Like, believe me, I have seen the craziest after hour go ups dump hard at the open. All right. So the line needs to stay there for sure. Again, if it gets over this, I I don't I don't know what's gonna stop it. That's an honest truth right there. All right. What do I expect going into tomorrow? Honestly, I expect it to come down here. I really think 1309 makes the most sense of where this is going to come down to. All right. Because again, I'm not thinking about this $27 stock that's still alive and like doing things. And I'm thinking about this $18 stock. This is an $18 stock at the close of the hour. All right, the close of the regular hours. And that to me is the most truth. There are significantly different rules in after hours. There are significantly different volumes in after hours. There is not an apples and apples to me. And that's really why I hold it in that regard, all right? But I would not be surprised if this falls as low as 1309. Like I said, I think I don't even know if I can say that. Dude, this thing is still chugging too. Man, it's hard, dude. I'm telling you, it is hard for me to like not be in this right now. And you know what? End of the day, dude, it comes down to there will be so many more random four letters that I really would rather just ignore it than like freak out and like get more gray hairs, lose more hairs, right? Like it's stress is a killer, man. Stress is a crazy thing. And yeah, it's dude, I can't figure out what to say I think this is gonna do. I do think that if this is gonna go up tomorrow, I think 23 is gonna be that number. I don't know if this 2065 is gonna hold it. Um, I don't think we're gonna go to 32 tomorrow, man. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think we're closing up here tomorrow. And I'm saying this again as it's up. I for sure could be wrong. I'm not here pretending to be perfect. I know that it's 27 right now. I think 13 is actually logical. I do. I think this is too low. That's really the only reason why I'm not saying this. 835. I'll at least draw that. Look, we've got a couple lines up. We've got a couple lines down. No, that one's too low. Yeah, I think it's closer to that. No, that's still too high. Damn, get out of here. It's in the, yeah, 825. I'll take that. I think that's our line. Real quick, I'll do this. Let's go. Okay, we're in post market. Let's look at the hour. Damn, this hour is not done chugging. Look, so one thing that happens with stocks, right, is it goes above from the it goes away from the 8 moving average. It comes to the 8 moving average. It goes away from the moving average. It's either going to come back down to it or the line's going to catch up to it. What's the 15 looking like? Okay, so look, on the 1 hour, this thing is saying, hey, maybe the lowest it's going to drop, if it was going to drop, is 15. This 15 minutes also saying this up here, 16. Both are above my 13, which is great, okay? Let me go back to the hour real quick. Dude, this 1 hour after hours is pushing a 99 RSI. It's hard for me to believe the next hour is going to keep chugging, all right? And there's another 2 hours left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, give or take. 3 hours left. It's done at 5 something, right? Wow, you would think I'd know that. It's okay. I'm sick. You know that. Yeah, I'd be careful this next hour. I would. Um, where's the 15-minute at? So, because it's just 35. Be careful if that 23 slips. That's, I think, my best advice just going into tonight. And then again, let's see what happens tomorrow. I'll be watching it. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to do anything. But oh my gosh, you're ripping right now. What? Woof! I got to go to another ticker, man. This one's messing with my heart.